fallacy of the inverse. If it ain't sinking, it must be floating. This be a tricky bit of false logic, where a sailor flips a rule backward and assumes it still holds water. If A leads to B, they wrongly think not A must lead to not B. Example, if you sail during a storm, you'll sink. So if you don't sail during a storm, you won't sink. Wrong, matey. There be many ways to sink a ship. Rocks, cannonballs, poor carpentry, or a drunken helmsman on the wheel. Or drinking rum quenches your thirst, so not drinking rum must leave you thirsty. Blistering nonsense. Water or coconuts, or even a bit of citrus, will quench your thirst just as fine, me hearty. False dilemma. The plank or the noose, nothing in between. The false dilemma be when a scoundrel tells you there's only two choices, both rotten, when truth be there's more options in the hold. Example, either you join the mutiny or you love the captain's tyranny, simple as. But what about staying loyal but speaking up, eh? Or negotiating a fairer split of the loot? Have you considered that, you bilge rat? This fallacy paints the world in black and white, when life on the seas be all shades of grey. A wise sailor knows the sea holds more than two parts. Slippery slope. Reason often be the first casualty of fear. This one's the stuff of doom-saying deckhands and worrying quartermasters who think every small step will lead us straight to Davy Jones' dinner table. A slippery slope be when a sailor claims that taking one small step will lead to a monstrous chain of disasters with not one whiff of proof. Example, if we let Jenkins take an extra biscuit, soon the whole crew will be demanding feasts and the ship'll sink under the weight of our gluttony. Steady now, you scallywag. Granting a biscuit ain't the same as unleashing a banquet. Don't fear the slope just 'cause it's got a lean. Ask, be there any proof these outcomes will follow? Or is the speaker just trying to scare you into agreeing? If there ain't solid ground between point A and point Crocken, you might be facing a slippery fallacy, not a real threat. Sometimes a biscuit be just a biscuit, matey. Nirvana Fallacy. Demanding a perfect ship before you set sail. This foul bit of fancy thinking happens when a pirate throws out a good idea just 'cause it ain't perfect. Aye, it be like refusing to patch a leak 'cause the whole brig ain't brand new. Example, says I. Why use maps? They ain't always accurate. True enough, but would you rather sail blind in a storm? Or, don't bother cleaning the deck, there'll be more mess tomorrow. Aye, and you'll be sleeping on Davy Jones's mattress if you think like that too long. If you demand flawless sails, flawless crew, and flawless weather before setting sail, you'll never leave port. Circular reasoning, round and round like a drunken helmsman. This fallacy spins in circles like a compass gone mad. Circular reasoning happens when the proof and the claim be the same blasted thing. Like saying, the captain's always right. Why? 'Cause he never be wrong. Why he never be wrong? 'Cause the captain's always right. Why's the captain's always right? 'Cause he never... You get the idea. If your claim depends only on itself to prove itself, you might as well be sailing with no wind and expecting to move. Real logic moves forward, not round in circles like a ship chasing its own rudder. Post hoc. Blaming the rain on the parrot's song. This fallacy goes by the full name, post hoc ergo propter hoc, but that's more Latin than a deckhand can stomach. The post hoc fallacy be when a scallywag thinks that just 'cause one thing followed another, the first caused the second. A fine superstition fit for sea dogs with holes in their heads. Let us see an example. Ever since we brought that cursed parrot aboard, we've had nothing but foul weather. What does the sorry bird got to do with any of it? Maybe the storm came from the west wind or the roaring forties. Or we spotted a mermaid, then the storm hit. She must have cursed us. Nay, lad, just 'cause the storm came after, don't mean the mermaid had her hand in it. That be like saying the rooster causes the sun to rise. You need more than just order a time to prove cause and curse. Tu quoque. You did it too, so can I. Sorry, lads, I could barely pronounce that bilge. Oi, it be Latin again, the tongue of lawyers and lawyers. It means ye too. This fallacy be a scallywag's way of dodging blame by pointing fingers back. Example, don't scold me for stealing rum. You've done it yourself, ye old rum rat. Mayhaps I did, matey, but that don't make you right. You're dismissing a criticism not by defending your actions, but by accusing the accuser. Two wrongs don't make a right. They just double the trouble. The Equivocation Fallacy, changing the mop mid-sail. Equivocation be when you use a word with more than one meaning, slipping from one to the other mid-argument like a greased eel, hoping no one notices the trick. For example, a good pirate always takes what he wants. Kindness is good. Therefore, taking what you want is kindness. Nay, ye bilge rat, good don't mean the same thing in both sails of that sentence. That be wordplay, not word truth. Equivocation be a sneaky parlour trick, not fit for honest debate. The gambler's fallacy, the dice be due. This bilge-brained blunder happens when a sailor thinks luck has a memory. The gambler's fallacy says that if something ain't happened in a while, it must be about to, like the ocean owes you a win. Example, we've had angry waters for 10 days, surely the winds'll take a nap soonly. Or, I've lost 5 games of bones, I'm due for a win. Each roll, each tide, each storm be its own beast. The sea don't keep score, and fortune don't play fair. Thinking past events change the odds be foolishness fit for the locker. Begging the question, assuming what you should be proven. This fallacy happens when a pirate sneaks an assumption into the belly of his argument, like a smuggler hiding gunpowder in a barrel of biscuits. Example, this treasure map must be real. It's written in the true tongue of the sea. Sounds mighty official, eh? But stop and think. He's assuming that the true tongue always tells the truth, but he ain't proved that part. Or, we can trust One-Eyed Gwen. He's an honest man. Sounds solid, eh? But look sharp. One-Eyed Gwen's honesty be the very thing he's supposed to prove. Calling him honest without evidence don't make it so. Now, don't confuse this with circular reasoning, which be its bigger, loopier cousin. Circular reasoning walks a full circle. X is true because Y is true, and Y is true because X is true. Begging the question just sneaks the assumption into the argument itself, like smuggling rum past the port guard. And that be the end of this leg of the voyage, mateys. But don't you be lowering your sails just yet. Part 3 be brewing on the horizon, with more twisted thinking and pirate plunder of the mind to uncover. If you be liking this here tale of faulty reasoning, give that like button a hearty smash. And if you fancy sailing with us again, hit subscribe and join the crew proper. More brainy booty be coming, mark me words. Until next tide, fair winds and following seas, mateys. This been Captain Blisterfoot, sailing off.